There's a process that we know that works very, very well, but the data is proprietary. And our data is proprietary, is one of the largest proprietary data sets of private companies, not just in the United States, but worldwide. And it's across crypto, it's across public markets, and it's across private markets. And so Termina has been essentially the culmination of not just my life's work, but my team's. And now we're able to leverage that data to make people more successful.
Arjun, do you think we're going to get a moment of AI disillusionment? We seem to have gotten very quickly from excitement to hype, and even the web, the .com cycle went through this trough of disillusionment when Amazon was cheap and people were saying everything was overdone before the real business set in. You think that's going to happen with AI?
Look, during the late 90s, people would write the .com into their disclosures. They'd put it into their website if they had a website, but they would call themselves a .com company. And so you had an abundance of capital coming into that market for any company. And so people would lose money. You'd have someone come up with a napkin idea and then go public. I think the difference today is kind of twofold. One is a lot of these companies have real revenue. They're scaling at a fast pace. You're seeing a lot of traditional industries adopt software, machine learning, AI, AGI, all in one. So costs become more efficient. Your people are more efficient. You're able to do more with less folks around the table, and you're able to sort of deliver these massive customer experiences at the speed that we haven't seen before. So Klarna, a company that's planning to go public at some point, had disclosed that they had done a significant 80% reduction in costs in their customer service. When you think about all of these aspects of what you can to augment or save costs, it's going to be a big deal.
So
the second piece,
Go ahead.
The second piece that I think people kind of miss is that the area that's highly commoditized right now is everything that you can see on the web, right? That you can search. So the ChatGPTs of the world, the Anthropics of the world. The next war that's being fought is synthetic data and private data. Where do you get that private data? What do you do with it? So all of the companies in healthcare, fintech, et cetera, enterprise infrastructure that's been around for a long time, they have a large amount of data that's accumulative to them, and they can accrue that value. The question is, can they actually use that? And so a lot of people are fighting to be able to get there as quickly as possible. So there's this interesting supply and demand dichotomy between companies that are focused on chipsets like AMD, et cetera, where are they going to commoditize the ecosystem, or are they going to be value accrual in the long term?
Okay, so since you wear two different hats, I'm going to ask you a two-part question here, and that is, what does that mean then in terms of investing in this next leg and this next stage of AI? And also, what does it mean in terms of the traction you expect to get and the growth you expect to achieve at Termina as well?
Yeah, so two hats. So on the Termina side, our whole goal is to help the Fortune 500, the private equity funds, the venture funds, mostly mid to late stage. All these public companies have a better assessment of what to assess in their own company, the data that they already have there that's unnormalized and normalized. And so I won't go too technical, but it helps you essentially assess how to deploy human capital as well as to execute at a higher efficiency. On the other side, if you're an investor looking into the ecosystem, where is value accrual going to be? So when you think about the AI stack, we use the words observability, deployment, data, compute, and foundation. Today, everyone's talking about compute and foundation. So on the compute side, you're looking at NVIDIA, et cetera. On the foundation side, you're looking at OpenAI, Anthropic, Google. Everyone's fighting that war. But a lot of what you've seen, across the internet stack, the web stack, the data stack, is observability, deployment, and data is going to be where the new war is going to be fought. And our bet is data is going to be the key.